Light switch.
Light switch. Welcome out to Kojaks Live, coming to you from the new live stream room. We've got a $25 on the button game rolling out. We are coming at you on this beautiful Thursday evening. You're joined in the booth by myself, Mr. Charlie, and by Mr. Hunter Pierce.
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing?
Bringing you something new on a Thursday. We're going to start making this game an every week game. So we're going to be running several live streams each week to join our stream of tournaments that we'll be running each week. We've got tournaments on Monday, tournaments on Friday, two tournaments on Saturday, and one other tournament on Sunday. We've also got the Winter Mini Series creeping up on us starting in February. Looks like we've got a round of each game starting off. I think they might be switching to Big O here in just a little bit, but we've got 4-card PLO high right now.
Awesome. Should be a good game.
Should be a good game. Got a couple big names. Got some people that like to take a lot of chances, a lot of risks, so we're going to be heading to the flop, four-way action to the flop. We've got Mr. Vac, Mr. Robin, Daryl, and Rudy with a flop of Jack 10-7, 2 hearts on the board. Vac's got that dangerous ace blocker that's always out there.
He does. Robin with the king high. And Rudy pots it and takes it down.
Oh, that's how easy it is to make some money at Kojaks. And here you see a quick look at the chip counts. Billy and Rudy both at 5.8K, Robin 4.8, Nathan 3.8, Daryl 3.5, Heath right at 3,000. And then I didn't see who was in the cellar, but I don't imagine whoever's in the cellar is going to be in the cellar long. It's hard to call it the cellar when they have 1.7 thousand sitting in front of them.
Oh, yeah, one hand, everything flips.
Yes.
Go from the bottom of the board to the top.
So speaking of the winter mini series, starting right up there at the beginning of February, we got actually Alex Cruz in the booth. How are you today, Mr. Alex Cruz? What it is.
Big chiller.
Hey, you're not a stranger to this game. How come you're not chilling in there with them?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not in there, to be honest.
I call capital B, capital S on this. I've seen you crush this game.
Well, it's like, you know how to play it, but I just don't know when to call with the low. Give it up.
When to know when to go. We're gonna let you jump right here real quick, so you can tell us a little bit about what's going on in the hands.
What's up, everybody? This is Alex on the mic. I'm here to give you a couple of pointers in Big O. The first one is to never play it. Is that right, Hunter?
Yeah, that's why you don't see me playing it too often.
You see?
I love it. I just love. There's too many hands that I enjoy to play, so
Exactly. Any 4 or 5 would do, right?
For sure.
Basically.
It doesn't end up working out for me most of the time. I always get myself in trouble.
Oh, I know it, dude. Same here. So I had to hang up those gloves, but it's still cool to watch.
Yeah, I'm surprised. What are you playing tonight? You just get on Hold'em?
Yeah, just playing some Hold'em. Trying to stay out of trouble. But
I'm sure you'll be just fine.
I might play some low in a minute, some high-low. But let's see, Mr. Vac took it down with the nut flush draw. Good for him. Open-ended.
So we are playing 5-card high-low.
It is 5-card high-low?
For some reason, it wasn't showing, but we are on a 15-minute delay, so the 5th card will pop in about 14 minutes and 22 seconds.
Okay, so it's a round of 4-card and 5-card?
Just only 5-card now. That's what they just elected to go to.
Okay, that's probably better,
So it's
yeah.
only going to show 4 cards on the graphics for the next few minutes, but after that, we'll kick off with Big O only.
Big O.
So Billy jumping in the seat. Billy's there. It's dangerous. They're doing 25 on the button with a mandatory straddle of 50.
Okay, awesome.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, and you got some, for sure, if you got Billy and Robin in there, it's going to be a pretty big game.
Oh, it's going to be juicy
Rudy,
for sure.
First pot is what, 150, 225?
Jesus.
Just by saying pot right there, 225.
Man, I'm excited to see this, but you got some killers in there too. What's that guy's name? Nathan, right?
Yeah, Nathan. I think he's from Lubbock.
I believe so.
Like Amarillo, I think, or somewhere.
Amarillo. Oh, that's right. He comes down with Lonnie and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, here's the 5-card
But
now. It looks like
He strictly plays high-low, so. And you got Vac right there with the Gucci shades.
Mac's always looking bougie when he comes in.
I know, right? Stylish man.
Flop comes out with a blackjack, queen, 8-3 suited clubs.
21, baby.
So the low got there this hand. And remember, we're not going to be able to see the fifth card right now. So it's kind of a guess what they have for us.
Oh, I'm surprised Vac didn't bet that, but.
It depends on what his fifth card was.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It depends
That's
on what
true.
his fifth card was. We'll catch up with that in just a second.
Oh, it has to be in the program, the computer to do it?
We just reset the program.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So we are updating everything in the office. We're getting a little more set up on a studio. Once we have that studio set up, we're going to be good to go. So everything you watch now, everything you see, there's no seeing the cards till we see them first. You know how they have the room where they enter the bets and everything? They don't see cards, so they just see two colors, yellow and blue.
That's good.
Yes. There's no chance. And then in here, what we're watching is 15 minutes behind what they're actually playing.
0-0.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no collusion.
That whole scandal changed the whole programming. They went through, rewrote all the code, and now everything's set up this way.
That's good.
That was a good Jet scandal, too.
Yes.
It sucks, too, like that scandal happened at the highest stakes possible.
I know, right? So, hey, here, quick question while you're in here, while they're going through the cards. Do you think, what was that lady's name?
Oh, is that what we're talking about? Is that Garrett versus that?
Yes.
Oh, so that they found out that was a scandal?
No, I'm asking. Cruz, baby boy Cruz.
What do I think?
Yeah. I think she was just crazy and made the call.
I want to think that, too, but it's like, I've never seen such an insane call.
Yeah.
Well, if she thought she had Jack 3, she had a pair of threes, right?
Yeah, but
If she thought he was bluffing, the pair of threes makes sense, right?
That was the only thing that made sense to me, yeah, but
I don't think she had that. Because when Garrett called, when they were asking to run it twice, she's like, what do you got? You got anything? She's like, I don't have anything. I just have a
Oh, so that kind of changes the equation on that.
Yeah, I think she was just kind of lying to like cover her track. Like it's hard to like believe anything from someone who's a compulsive liar.
for sure. I mean, if she knew
That's
it,
why we struggle believing. I'm just kidding. Just teasing. Only on the poker table.
everyone lies at poker, so it's understandable.
If somebody tells you they don't lie and they sit down at a poker table, they're lying.
I do lie at the table.
But
It's not lying.
you got to make that bread, make that coin. I heard it called coin the other day.
Coin?
You got to.
Make that coin.
One of the breakers that I watched, the sports card breaker, they called it coin.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's what they called it back in the day.
Back in the day?
Back
Well,
in
it
the
really
day.
was coin then. Look at this. We've got high
It was
action
coin
going
back
here.
then.
We've got an all in and a call. Remember, they have 5 cards in their hand, so we are going. The board reads Queen 8-4. Definitely guarantees
this
somebody's
is,
going for the low with Ace Deuce. The board pairs with an 8. No low yet. There's the Deuce. Ace 3 would be the nut low. We're electing to run it twice, and a Deuce on the Robin scoops it.
Well, like quarters are.
No, yeah, quarter. They quarter the low, right? I
Yeah,
think.
they both have Ace Deuce for the boat. No, there's no boat. So it looks like 3/4.
Yeah, is that 3/4? Because that has to be right. Because like both boards they have the low, so they chop the low. But then
It depends on that 5th card.
Oh yeah, I forget they have 5 cards. Okay.
No, so it's chop, even chop.
I don't know what they might have had at 3. I just saw this and I was like, yo, if he got it all in with that, put me in the game.
And once again, guys, that graphics will catch up with us in just 1 second. We are on a 15-minute delay, so no worries. We will be there for you in a moment. Give you heads up about what's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, correct?
Yes, sir. All
We've
day.
got a free roll.
Nice.
Free roll, $25 rebuys. But Kojaks is guaranteeing that there's going to be at least $2,000 in the prize pool.
Okay.
We had 3 full tables. We were trying to break out a 4th. We're expecting between 3 and 4. Maybe we're hoping for 5 tables to give you guys all kinds of action. So,
Everybody loves a good free roll.
man, $2,000 free. And if the prize pool builds bigger than that, let's get it on,
Let's
baby.
go.
Go and burn some time after work. You know what I mean? And
Well,
go
the-
home with some extra money.
The great thing about
right.
that, if you get permission from your significant other to come play and you bust out of that free roll, Kojaks is now $13 an hour. All hours are $13 an hour.
Awesome.
That's not bad.
So-
I've seen these players over here. You have a good fighting chance.
It's definitely not scared money around here.
No, as Mr. Slate says, scared money don't make money.
That's right.
And you got to hate money to play this game.
Speaking of Mr. Slade, he final tabled the Choctaw bit.
Did he
did he?
really?
Oh, actually, I think he got 10th.
He got so that's still final table
I think so.
because it's the number plus 1.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think
It's a good run for
What-
Slate.
28,000 for 10th of the main.
Yeah, for a $1,700 buy-in. So
$1,700
Heck yeah,
buy-in.
good
He
for
made
him.
he made 30K.
yeah, close to it. saw like several milliners over there.
Okay, awesome. The thing, if you're tuning in, the thing about Midland, Texas, we tell you all the time that it's not scared money out here. But the big thing about it is it's actually really good players in this area. They know the game. They know the ups and downs of the game. They know where they stand at every single point. And they definitely cash in a lot of the big tournaments that they head to. So if you want to improve your game, head on out here. So it looks like another chop pot. Robin up at the top now with 6.1. Rudy and Billy just right behind him with 5.7 and 5.5. Heath is now in the cellar with 1.6.
That's funny because like the top 3 names right there are like the top 3 like I want to say like wild cards, like those people that are hard to predict.
Yes, you never know what they're going to have in their hand. It kind of varies back and forth. Yeah. So here we go, 25 on the button. We'll get the straddle going out there.
I don't know how Nate plays, but I know he like strictly plays like high-low, you know?
Yeah, so I'm sure he's pretty
Pretty good.
good at this. Pretty well versed, I'm sure.
And Daryl's just a beast.
Daryl's good at everything. Robin's good too. Heath's good.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a solid table for sure. I mean, someone's going to walk out of here with a good little stack.
Have a nice day. Bartholomew, we got dealer Bartholomew.
All right, here we go. We got Speedy Gonzalez now in the box. Mr. Matt Rivers is a player. Mr. Register, yes, Mr. Matt Register. He can pitch those cards out like nobody's business. So there's the 50 straddle, and then there's the first, not pot, almost pot.
By who, Mr. Borg?
150, 175 is the max pot bet right there. 175. 50 times 3 plus the trailing. That was really a nice trick that those MIT guys came up with to calculate pots faster. Because used to it's, I bet the pot, you have to put in the 50, and then you have to match it up. Then you have to put in the 125 more, so 175.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
Those MIT guys are sharp, man. They came up with that. Yeah. Yep. From the rumor I hear, I'm not 100% sure on that, but from the rumor I hear, yes, it was those guys. The same guys that came up with the blackjack scandal. Sweet 16. Yes.
Smart cookies.
Brain operates a little more than mine does.
By a little, I mean a lot more than mine does. So remember, this is 5-card. The 5th card graphic will show up in just a few moments. So we'll just play along as is. We'll just play as the 5th card is the wild card. But we do have our winter mini series coming up at the 1st of February. We're going to have 4 great events. It's going to start off with a No Limit Hold'em 6 Max. Then it leads into the No Limit Hold'em High Roller. Then it leads into the $500 main event with 4 flights. 2 on Friday at 2 and 6 p.m. 2 on Saturday at 2 and 6 p.m. or 12 and 6 p.m. And then Sunday, day 2. And then we have a tag team with a twist. It is actually a $1,000 buy-in. $500 of that goes towards the tournament. Then $500 of that goes towards cash game tournament.
I gotcha.
So you're playing them both. And it's
Cash
also
game tournament?
Cash game tournament. When you bust out of the tournament, you're out of the cash game.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a cash game tournament. Those are real big going around the state of Texas right now. Cash game tournaments. They have blind levels in them. So when the tournament goes up, it'll, we run 5 on the button. So it'll start off at 5 on the button, then it'll go to 10 on the button, then it'll go 15 on the button, 20 on the button, 25 on the button. And whoever survives, they get the chips. Yeah, it gets all the cash.
Is it winner take all, or how they gonna do it?
Well, it'll be until your team busts out of the tournament. So if you're ruling the first edge of the cash table and then your partner busts out of the tournament, then you're done in the cash game.
So
You can collect what you have.
You take your chips off the table. You're done in the cash game. Yeah, so it's a little different twist on that. And
Like if you're like killing it at the cash game, you just like tell your partner to like
don't go ahead.
hey, we're up $5,000 over
But
here.
we're also doing something else different. We're doing a random timer buzzer
What's a random timer? But
for the Switch. It may be 24 minutes. It may be 13 minutes.
that bet.
It may be 19 minutes. It may be 35
Oh,
minutes.
where you have to switch players?
And you have to switch.
Oh, wow.
No questions. So, in the past we've allowed players to play a round of blinds and then whatever. Sometimes they dip. Sometimes they go play cash and don't want to come back. This time it's a true tag team. You have to be there.
that is pretty cool.
So what happens if you bust out of the cash?
Then you're just out of the cash. You're still in the tournament.
Okay. Can you buy back in the cash or?
No.
Okay.
You're out ski. And the only people that can play at that cash table are those that are in the tournament.
And everyone starts with 500 at
Everyone
the
starts
cash
with
table?
$500.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
You know what? The only time I won the tag team tournament is because I played
With
one round.
Alfredo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Joseph
That
play
was some
five.
bull. Yeah, that was against me and Basil.
Oh, no.
We were dominating them, and then just when it got heads up, we could not win a hand.
Yeah,
They
once I
just
saw Joseph was heads up, I ran over.
yeah.
I started like whispering things in his ear. Like,
Literally, it was like a 8-1 chip lead to they had it all within like 10 minutes.
So heads up, you're pretty much playing every hand, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
any two cards they're strong cards. And especially if you hit a pair, they're even stronger, correct?
yeah,
Oh,
it's
for
hard
sure.
to hit a pair, but you kind of want to have like a strategy, like pre-flop at least heads up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
Billy's got a big hand right here. 3-7 slot machines on the board with a 3 possible hearts, but once you have 3-7s on the board, it's all about pocket pairs. And what he's playing right here, we know Robin does not have a 7 in his hand because it suits the cards in your hand in order. Remember, he has 5 cards. Billy's got 3-7s with 2 aces. That's 7s full of aces. So there is no low, and he's pulling it in. So in 5-card and PLO in general, it's a little different. You have to play 3 cards off the board and 2 cards out of your hand, the best 2 cards out of your hand. So Billy pulls in that pot. He's up to $7.9 thousand.
Billy's, I like Billy's style. He likes to play against everyone, a lot of high VPIP, you know what I mean? And,
Billy's usually one of the higher VPIPs sitting at the table.
either he's going to like crush you or lose big.
He's got a really good post flop game, so he'll get into pots knowing that he ain't gonna have anything, and he's gonna get you out of there if he can.
So from what I've seen over the last few streams at Kojak's Live, he doesn't care what it costs to get in the flop. He is, like you said, a post-flop genius.
Yep. You show any weakness, he is gonna take advantage of you.
All right, so I think hand number 12 is going to show the 5th card, so we're getting close to there. But it suits the cards in order, so the 5th card has to be lower than what is showing on the board.
Okay.
So that's either a 3 sitting in Nathan's hand or a 2. In Vac's hand, that's either a 3 or 2. Robin's hand, it's a 4-3-2.
Yep. Okay. Makes sense.
So it counts the aces high. It makes it a little bit easier.
For sure, okay. Oh, yeah, that does make sense.
So we got 3 players heading to the flop in this. We've got $625 in the pot. Flop comes out 3-2-7. 3-2-7. So the low is active. I see an ace in both Vac and Robin's hand. Possible ace deuce in both of their hands. I was looking for ace 4. So if 4 comes out, that's the 6 high straight and the wheel for the low for Robin if he's got a 4 in his hand. So we got a pot bet, and action is now on Robin to make the call. He's looking at those 5 cards in his hand. He did not have it, so he's going to let it go. Action moves around over to Rudy.
I wonder what Vac has. You know what? Vac's a pretty good player.
Vac's an extremely great player, especially in the higher stakes like this.
Yeah, because like obviously he was bluffing on that spot, right? And,
So he had 2 pair. That deuce could have been a heart, so he could have had the nut flush draw with it.
oh, was there a flush draw out there?
Well, there was 2 hearts, so if the deuce in his hand was a heart,
Yeah.
then that very well could have been the flush coming in.
Well, it's like, that was a pretty good play though, because it's like because Robin potted it pre, and it's like he's never doing that with just ace 4.
And then Vac let out with 650. Robin folded, and whoever the 3rd player in that hand was, they also folded that.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. I guess he understands the side low game pretty well.
Not me. I need to freshen up on the high low for sure.
Way different game. Well, thanks for having me. I'll see you
All
guys.
right.
Take it easy, Alex. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, there goes the 5th card. Yep, right there. Perfect. Robin with ace 9, 8, 3, 2. He's going to 3-bet to 450. Daryl looks like he's going to make the call. Ace 10, 6, 5, 2. Both of them got ace deuce. Let's see. Billy's going to make the call as well. Nope, Billy folds. All right, going heads up to the flop. Got the flop, deuce 4 queen. Deuce 4 queen. Let's see. Both of them got a pair of deuces, not much. They both got the low draw. Daryl pairs his 10, 2 pair. Let's see. Action goes check, check, check. Daryl's going to win. He's going to take it all down, I believe. Yep. Daryl takes it all. Sorry, guys. I'm not super familiar with the high-low, so I apologize if... All right, here we go. Speedy Gonzalez doing his thing. Who's on the button? We got Vac on the button. Heath's going to be first to act, or Heath with the straddle. Billy will be first to act. Billy folds. See what Robin's going to do here. I believe Robin made the call. Looks like Daryl's going to play too. Looks like Daryl's going to bump it up to 100. Oh, Robin raised to 50. Daryl 3-bet to 100. Okay. Rudy calls 100. Vac calls the 100. Heath lets it go. Heath didn't have much. No draws. Robin's already got 50 in there. He's going to make the call. All right, looks like we're going to go to the flop four-handed. Oh, no. Never mind. I'm sorry. Robin 3-bets to 550. Daryl's going to make the call. I'm sure Rudy's going to make the call as well. Rudy likes to gamble a little bit. Rudy's making the call. I'm sure with that kind of action, Vac's bound to get in there. Yeah, Vac makes the call. Kind of a four-way action to the flop, 2.2 thousand in the pot already. It's going to be a good pot here. 7 of spades, 5 of spades, and deuce of hearts on the flop. Daryl flops bottom set. Let's see what we got here. Vac open-ended with a pair. Robin still with just his queens. What's Rudy got? Rudy with the wheel draw. That's about it. Top pair. Rudy goes all in. Okay, yeah, we got a hand brewing here, folks. Vac calls. Rudy's all in. Oh wow. We got a pot brewing here.
3.9 pre-flop. Oh no, we're on the flop.
We're on the flop already. It was 4 to the flop, 2.2K pre-flop. Rudy went all in. I think Vac called already. So now the action's to Daryl. We got a monster. Daryl's got bottom set.
And he folds.
He folds.
Wow.
Well, Vac's got the wheel draw. Backdoor flush came in. No one's got the flush. I'm not sure who wins here, to be honest.
Vac's 93% equity on the low.
On the low, yeah.
Yeah, he's got everything. So Vac is all in, and Vac is all sliding to him. He was at 1.6 in the cellar a while ago, and you said, "Look how fast you can flip it." 5.6K now.
Yeah,
Stack.
went from the top or the bottom to the top, just like that. Well, second from the top. Daryl would have voted, so Daryl would have had the high for sure.
So it looks like Rudy's back in the game for 2K behind.
See, I feel like my game would be similar to Rudy's if I was to play this. He likes to play a lot of hands.
Yes.
And
that's
he
why
likes a lot.
That's why I can't afford to play this. I like to
Me
play a lot of
neither.
hands.
Yeah, that's how I would be. It's just like
So when you're talking about playing a lot of hands, look at this right here. We've got the V pip. Let's pop it up. 50 right here for Vac, 64 for Billy, 72 for Robin. Daryl's 50. Rudy's
it's a lot
61.
for Daryl.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. He's getting very playable hands.
Yeah, you got Rudy, Robin, and Billy leading the VPIP, and that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yes, and when you match VPIP, usually a high VPIP equals either a high win or a high loss. And in both cases, we have both of it. So once again, this is a 25 on the button, $50 mandatory straddle. $50 mandatory straddle. That is insane. Look at that 3-bet to 100.
3-bet, 4-bet to 300 now by Heath.
I think that 3-bet was a straddle to a sleeping straddle.
I think it was. I think you're right.
And Heath goes ahead and raises it up to $300. So we're going to have three-way action here. Three-way action. Flop comes out 5, Jack 5, Motown, Jacks and 5s.
I don't even know if Vac looked at his hand. I think he might be playing this pre-flop blind.
He very well could have. And that's easy to do after you win a big pot.
Yeah, after you win a big old pot like that, for sure.
So Heath goes ahead and throws out, it looks like $350. Ace deuce, he's got the nut clubs out there. That's hard to do with a paired board. Turn card comes to 7, puts the possibility of the nut of the low coming out there. So there's your action pre-flop and on the flop. So we are now heads up.
I guess what qualifies as a low? Freshen me up here.
Yeah, freshen you up. So 3 cards, 8 or lower, that are unpaired. Okay. So like right there with 5, 5, 7, those are paired. So you only have 2. Even though you have 3 low cards out there, only 2 of them are lower.
I gotcha.
Thank you. We got some new wear to wear around the club, some beautiful new Wick Dry shirts, and it's actually part of our big promotion of $13 an hour. Kojak's for the longest time has been $15 an hour plus tax, so might as well say
for
16.
as long as I can remember, yeah.
I mean, that goes as far back 4 or 5 years.
Yep, it's been a while.
And we are now $13 an hour, and that actually makes the 5 on the button game. You can crush the hourly rate now. You win one. How many pots do you see on the 5 on the button that are below $500?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. There's a few here and there.
Even on the 5 on the button, I mean, it plays like this game. It's just people like to gamble out here in West Texas.
Yes, they do.
But like you said earlier, I mean, they like to gamble, but they still know what they're doing. It's a good game. Still haven't seen much from this Nathan guy. Like to see how he plays, but I haven't seen him really do much.
And he's got a decent sized stack sitting in front of him.
What's his VPIP?
He's got 3385. So Robin's going to look down. Robin's going to see Queen 6-6-5-3. That's a hard hand to play. But he is definitely going to play it. There's that mandatory 50 straddle going out. So it goes call by Rudy. Nathan's going to let it go. Vaction's over there. Vaction is over there. That's going to be his nickname, Vaction.
Vaction. That's pretty good, actually.
When you talk fast and you mix words, you come up with new nicknames.
Mistake led to something good.
Yes.
Flopped ace-6-5.
So the low is live. Low is live.
Robin flops a set. I think he might have a flush draw as well.
Robin did not like his hand. It got potted over there, and we are now heads up, Mr. Heath and Mr. Vac. Turn card 8 comes out there. Right now, the nut low is deuce 3 set in his hand. And so here we go. I see a lot of aces in old Vac's hand. Did you see Vac's O?
Oh.
Oh. So it looks like choppy chop. So it looks like a set of aces, and Heath pulls in the low. So just like that, we are on to the next one.
These boys don't mess around. These pots are quick. They do not take a whole lot of thinking time.
Well, it starts with $75 in the pot. The first pot action is $175. They're not playing with boys' money. They're playing big.
Yes, sir.
Big boy poker. Welcome out to Kojak's. Kojak's Live. Charlie and Hunter coming to you live tonight. Cards go around the table. Once again, we are playing $25 on the button with a $50 straddle. Big O. If you're not familiar with Big O, it is 5 cards in your hand. 5 cards in your hand. And you're playing, you start off with just the high, and you have to have 3 cards unpaired that are 8 or lower.
To qualify for the low.
Yeah, to activate the low hand. So
Okay.
you're essentially playing 2 games here, and that gets extremely tricky. It's still got the graphic up from last hand, but when you look at Robin's hand right there, Queen 6, 6, 5, 3 from last hand, that's tough because to have the nut low on a hand, you'd have to have ace deuce. So you're really hoping for a flop that comes like ace deuce 4. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got the wheel.
Yeah, you got the will, and that's the uncounterfeitable low.
Okay.
And that's what you're really hoping for right there.
That makes more sense. I got you.
So there we go. Action is getting big on this hand. We see some $500 chips floating into the pot. It does look like we have two-way action between Robin and Rudy. This is the Kojak's Guess Your Hand. Flop comes out 9, 5, 10. It looks like it real quick went check, check. Actually, action's on Rudy. 7, 800.
800.
And that's a
Snap call?
Yes.
Okay. Robin looks like he's like, you want to play? Let's go.
Yeah. It is what it is. Deuce 5 right there. Deuce 4, so that is the nut low, and I think they both have it. So each one's going to pull back their bet. Button moves, 25 on the button, and here we go. Welcome back to the table, Billy. Boy, these boys can drink some water sitting at the table.
Yeah, look, Billy's got 3 over there waiting.
Yep, he's got 3 over there, but he's going to grab that beautiful little can. What is that a can of? I can't tell what it is. He said the name of it earlier, but I've never heard the name of it before.
That Yingling or whatever it is?
It was something along the lines of that. It was really
Yingling.
weird. I had never heard it before.
I've heard it's good. I've never tried it, but I see it everywhere. People say it's really good, actually. Graphics are
Just
struggling. They'll be
just
all
a
right.
hair
They'll be here in
behind.
a second.
So quick little update of the chip counts. Vac sitting at 6.5, and that's just behind Billy sitting at 74.25. Robin's right behind with 5.1. And these are coming back. So if you've never heard of extremely fun free roll, we've got that coming at you tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Just show up at Kojak's. We'll give you some chips. We're going to put, let's just throw 2,000. Let's throw $2,000 in the pot and guaranteed $2,000 tomorrow. No limit hold'em free roll. You can stack it up quick. We had some huge stacks last week. We had some big winners. So if you want to be part of a $2,000 guaranteed free roll, head out to Kojak's, and action starts at 6 p.m. That's the best way I can say it. Then coming up on Saturday at 2 p.m., we have a $240 freeze out. It is a true freeze out. No extra chips, no add-ons, no nothing. You start with 20,000 chips. If you buy in at the first of the game, if you buy in right at registration close, you get 20,000 chips. There's no bonus, no anything. So it actually benefits you to show up earlier so you can get some play in. But once you bust, you out.
Because you have the blinds. I mean, by the end of the registration, if you're buying in that late and there's no add-on.
Yeah, you're looking at
definitely
blinds
not
of
as
1,000,
enticing.
2,000, 2,000 by that point.
Oh, yeah. So you're coming in with 10 blinds. Yeah.
And then we do have a second freeze out. Same exact price, starts at 6 p.m. But there is a bonus to that one. If you play the first one and you join the second one, we give you a 5,000 chip bonus.
Okay.
So I mean, it's everybody likes those big money tournaments where there's huge payouts at the top. This one is not the huge money tournaments that you're looking for, but it's a 15% payout. So we've actually switched all of our tournaments to 15% payout.
Okay. Rather than, what was it, at 12?
It was at 12%.
12%?
So we moved our tournaments up to a 15% payout.
Okay.
So Rudy's pulling in another big one. It's always fun to win and get the button because that button position
Oh, that's the
is
best
so
feeling. Yeah.
volatile.
Love it.
You get to watch everybody else at the table make their decision before you get to make yours. And we all know that position is everything in these games right here.
100%.
Position's part of the bluff half the time. You see that in Hold'em. As soon as you get to the position, you know, if nobody else has bet, you've got the small blind, big blind, they're forcing the action. So you're going to try to steal those.
Oh, for
I've
sure.
seen you do
Every
it
time.
every day.
Every time. I'm
Every
gonna
day
bet
you
my
play.
button. If it folds to me, I'm gonna do something on the button every time.
Absolutely.
Well, depending on who's in the small blind and big blind, I should say, because there are some players that know what you're doing and they're gonna take advantage of you. So I shouldn't say I do it every time. A lot of the time.
You do it every time, all the time?
A lot of the time. I do it.
It works 60% of the time, all the
60%
time?
of the time, all the time.
What movie?
I know I've seen it. What is it? I don't know.
All right, whoever in the chat can name what movie that's from gets 1 free hour at Kojak's. Works 60% of Sex Panther. It works 60% of the time, all the time.
That's the name of the movie?
No, that's the quote from the movie. Whoever can name that movie in the chat, we are live on the chat, so as soon as they type it, we will add 1 hour complimentary time to your account. Waiting to see.
This looks like almost like a family pot.
Yeah, it looks like a family pot. Everybody but
Close to it.
Oh no, Vax got his cards. Everybody but Heath. Heath says, "I'm not part of your family."
Ace 8-6 flop. Check, check. Billy's still pouring his beers.
Oop. So here we go. Daryl calling that 175. That's a pre-flop pot. Rudy says, "I just want a big one. Let's go ahead and
Says
jump
I'm
in."
in there. I've already got 25 in there. What's 175?
If you're playing for 20, we say that all the time. If you're playing for 5, you're playing for 50. But if you're playing for 25, you're playing for $1 and 3 squirts. 175.
This is a true gambler's man game right here, in my opinion.
Look at that. We got almost 1,000 in the middle right there. 1,300 counting those right there. And some change. That doesn't quite look like 500. But
No,
we've got some
probably about
action
4.
going. Button moves around. Billy pulls in another big one. Billy's up to 7-7-7-5. Slot machines with a 5 in there. That's one thing Billy is great about, especially in this game right here. He is able to build a stack just as fast as most people can lose a stack.
Heath said Anchorman. Is that the right?
Oh, Heath, you get the free hour. Dang it. Yes, Heath, you are the winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Look at him. He's multitasking, playing and listening to us talk. I like it.
Yes. So, Heath, we got that hour going on your account. Oh, so he is playing and watching, but he's watching 15 minutes behind. Does that give any advantage?
If we were playing regular Hold'em, I would say it would, but playing this game, I don't really think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to check on one thing real fast.
Looks like we got 25 on the button, 50 with the straddle. Looks like we got a couple callers. Robin, Daryl, and Rudy all make the call. Nathan's in as well on the button. Queen 7-4 flop. Vac, first act, I believe. Let's see what he does. I apologize, guys. We're having a few issues with the graphics right now. Looks like Robin and Daryl are still in the pot. Robin bets. It looks like 250. Daryl folds. And Robin takes down another one. Looks like we got a dealer swap going real quick. Who we got coming in? Got Monica coming in. Got us another one?
Usually
Let's
we walk
go.
behind. So we got a newbie to Kojak's, not a newbie at all to poker, but a newbie in here in the booth with us. You told me you go by Tugboat,
Tugboat.
but I need to know a real name. Derek. All right, Derek. Where are you from, Derek?
From San Angelo.
From San Angelo. Lake Nasty Water?
Nasty water.
Lake
Man,
Nasty Water, baby.
I've done some big fishing down there.
Grew up on that lake.
Grew up on that lake.
Wow.
Derek, you're just
I guess.
Derek Nix right here?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're just a few minutes late. Heath beat you. Heath beat you. That's okay. We got an hour comped on Mr. Heath. We'll be doing a couple of those giveaways throughout the stream. Once again, welcome out to Kojak's Live, where you never know what's going to happen. We had Vax sitting in the cellar just a little bit ago. He had 1.7K, and next thing you know, you flip a couple hands, win a couple good runouts.
Looks like he's over 6K now.
And he is now up $4,250.
Yeah, what a swing.
Billy's actually up 2,700. So we've got some down, and that can change in the heartbeat. Graphics will catch up in just 1 second. We just upgraded I say just 1 second, just about 5 hands. We upgraded all of our equipment, and we're going to continue to upgrade this. That right there, 5-3, is the best hand in poker. I don't know if y'all play Hold'em at all. That is the
hand in poker.
sneakiest hand, and I've said that for
Charlie
years.
Special.
I've won more money with 5-3 than I've lost with pocket aces pre-flop all in.
You truly think so?
Oh, yes.
You kept track of it like that?
No, one hand I lost with pocket aces, 3,700. And I've won more with pocket threes than that. I mean, 5-3 than that right there. So here we go. We've got a big one coming up.
Here. Yeah, we got a monster.
We see all the chips going in the middle. All in, and it looks like a call. They elected one time.
One time.
Board comes out, reads nine of diamonds, jack of clubs, three of clubs. It pairs on the river. No low gets there. And that's what I see right there. And it looks like he's got a 9 in his hand.
He's going to sweep it.
Yeah, that's going to be a scooper, no lows. So the winner, chicken dinner. So welcome back, welcome back. Sorry about that quick, quiet moment. We do have operations that we have to continue, and we are now back live. We gave out 2 free hours because actually Heath and Mr. Derek Nix both answered, and they both get a complimentary hour to come in here and crush the games at Kojak's. We got 5 on the button, no limit hold'em. Looks like we are on the way to opening up another table, and then we do have our live stream 25 on the button, Big O mandatory straddle. That's big when you got 25 on the button because that means you're automatically committing 50 more to the pot.
Yeah, $75 pot before anything even happens.
Then first to act, they say pot. How much is that?
175.
3x plus the trailing. That's $175 all of a sudden. Then when you get that next pot, that's when, as they say in the Wild West, that's when shit gets real. It's highly uncommon in a game like this. We do have that graphics error that will be fixed, I think, in 2 more hands. But it's not uncommon in a game like this to see every single pot over $1,000.
Oh yeah.
And in a split game pot, that doesn't. It sounds a whole lot more than it is. But your goal in this game is not to scoop. It's to 3/4 almost every hand you play.
Yeah.
So when you go into a game like this, you really want ace ace deuce 3/4 set in your hand, right?
Yep.
With the high card.
Yeah. Ace ace deuce 3/4.
Deuce 3 king would be like.
So you have halfway to Broadway and halfway to the wheel.
Yep.
I say halfway, I mean 2/5 of the way. Just so those listening, the hands that you really want to avoid playing in a game like this are the double paired hands.
Double paired hands are middle cards, really. Some people do like their 7, 8, 9, 10 jack, but that's more of like a PLO high. But if you're going for a high low, you're not playing anything middle, or you shouldn't be.
So then when we got blues
Not
coming out in
recommended.
play. We got those, not blues. We got
yellows.
blues in plays, but we got those yellows. So if you're not familiar with Kojak's chip colors, red is, of course, the infamous $5 chip. Green is a $25 chip. Black is when you start talking big boy money, 100. Baby blue is where you start talking bigger boy money. That's 500. Then yellow is the $1,000 chip. Actually, in the back room, we do have even bigger chips.
Do you?
Yes.
$5,000 chips.
They are infrared chips. They were very expensive to make.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, very expensive. So we've got several $100,000 and 5,000 chips, and we do run the
Even
games
bigger
that are
than
big
that
enough.
too, don't you? You got plaques as well, right?
We got plaques as well. So you'll start to see more and more big games being played here. We've got big games that will be played on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then we've got the live stream that will be played every Saturday. We fluctuate between 5 and 10 on the button. We try to give everyone the opportunity. We don't always want the same people on the stream.
Well,
Not
yeah.
no kick to them, but we don't always want the same people on
You
the
want a little variety, you know?
And as we click around, we're playing with it. So we are on the live version of it. Here we go, 7.7K up there right now, 7.7K. Let's look at these VPIPs. Robin, 76%.
76%.
Nathan is actually lower on the table at 23%, and a lot of times at final tables, which this is kind of like a final table of a tournament, a lot of times you see pretty much the high side of VPIPs at 23%.
You're trying to squeeze up lines.
Yeah, you're trying to squeeze out the action, but that's one thing about Kojak's. They're not scared of action. They came with their 6 shooters loaded. You talk about the Wild West. Last week we had Jack playing at the table, and Jack actually played games with Doyle Brunson, home games in the Amarillo area with Doyle Brunson. And he's got some crazy stories about it. But when you look at VPIP, you look at the pre-flop raise percentage. Robin led the VPIP with 76%. He's also pre-flop raise 53%. He talking in West Texas slang, he ain't scared.
He's not scared at all.
Match it up with the aggression frequency.
It's funny. I've known Jack for probably 4 or 5 years, and I've never seen him with facial hair. And now
That's something
he's starting
new.
to grow it out
That's
now.
something new. And if you know Jack, if you're familiar with here, you know all the jokes that go around with him, and he takes it all wholeheartedly.
Takes it like a champ.
Yes, takes it like a champ. But today he won the high hand.
Today he did again.
Tuesday he won the high hand. Monday he won the high
He's
hand.
won the high end 3 times.
He won the high
Wow.
hand. That guy, he won it with quad deuces today.
I was wondering. I saw him post something on Facebook. I was wondering if that was today or not.
So I think it's quad jacks, quad deuces, or quad aces, quad tens, and
yeah.
quad deuces. That's
What a run.
I think one of them was $800, one of them was $500, and today's was $500 because a gentleman hit it yesterday.
Had
for
an extra
$500.
$1,800 this week just sitting here playing.
Yeah, you think, and both hold cards have to play. So quads is hard enough to hit, let alone have two of them in your hand.
For sure.
And that just means we're getting that much closer to hitting that bad beat.
Is there
I think.
a pot minimum? On those?
No pop
No
minimum,
pop
but it
minimum?
must go to the river.
Yes.
Must go to the river. So, Tugboat, I got a question. When you're sitting at the table playing Big O, do you count your chips?
I do. I mess with them a lot. It's something
I'm the same way. I always know what my chip stack is, no matter what. I don't know why.
I always try to keep a track so I can see if I'm up down.
So they say the best players never count their chips, but they know what they have at all times. Because if you see a player sitting at the table and they're constantly stacking them out, counting them, is that a tell?
Not necessarily. I mean, I do my I do mine just as a fidget, because I'm always shuffling chips too, so I'm just keeping count too. I don't know. It's just something, not necessarily a tell. It kind of is player dependent, I guess.
Player dependent?
I think player dependent, yeah.
So when a player's shuffling chips, do you automatically know he's familiar with the game?
Oh yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
And I'm shuffling 24/7, and like I said, I see it. You could tell based on the way people shuffle their chips and stuff. The more
How much experience they've got and whatnot, yep.
there are a lot of different tells with people, though. Some people shake and different stuff you gotta pay attention to.
You also got to be aware of the people that always shake.
So, well, yeah, for sure.
We got a few of those.
Yes. I mean, because like that, you could think that they're bluffing, they're scared or they have the nuts in a certain point because you can tell breathing patterns and stuff like that. So Heath says he's into play. He's double tabling it. Playing a little bit on that online. Billy says, I'm good to play. Robin's in.
Daryl is as well.
Oh,
Double table.
we got a family. Oh, nope. Vac, usually he's got his cards in his hand, but Vac is not in this one. So we've got a family -1. Flop comes out 8-6 queen. 2 hearts on the board. 4 to the straight, but a straight's such a hard thing to play in this game, isn't it? Especially a middle straight.
Especially
like
middles, yeah. Like you said, you don't really want to play a whole lot of middle cards.
Well, the straight gets there, and 4 to the diamonds also.
Ace deuce 5-7 would be a monster.
Ace deuce 5-7 would be ace deuce 5-7-8. Billy says, I'm going to bet this much. It looks like 2 cows, 1 calf, $250 going in the pot. It folds around to Mr. Nathan. He says, I'm not interested. He says, no. A lot of these guys, he shows ace, deuce. He's looking, that's most likely a 5 and an 8. I guarantee you. When Billy shows, he has the absolutes. And that's what makes him so dangerous when he bluffs, too. Because when he bluffs, you got to have it in the back of your head.
Oh yeah, because it shows bluffs too, and then the thing is, sometimes he actually has it, and then you're just put in a rough spot.
Oh. Oh, excuse me. Gotta be cautious of these chords now. We got chords that we've never had before. So as the action moves around, button on Mr. Nathan Vaction.
Vaction?
I call him Vaction because I talk so fast. I was trying to say actions on Vac, and I said Vaction. So that is his new nickname for me, Vaction. Action, Vaction. Vaction. Vac has the $50 straddle, so it moves around. Everybody double check and make sure their cards are red, so that means we're going to be getting the graphics as quick as we possibly can. Daryl's going to raise it up. 200, or as they call out here in West Texas, 2 cows. Cow used to be $100. Now they're a lot more expensive than that.
Yeah.
Beef prices have gone up.
Of course, Robin calls.
Cow used to be $100.
Long.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
we're
long-
talking back
you're
in
talk-
Jack's Day.
yeah,
we're
long-
talking back
long
in
time.
Jack's Day. Flop comes out 838. 838.
I think a cow's about $3,000 right now, something like that. But you get a ton of meat.
What if you have a Wagyu cow?
It's probably worth quite a bit more.
Quite a bit more. Turn card comes out, a queen of spades. Still 3 players sitting in the hand. Doesn't look like anybody put any more money in on the flop. It's always scared to bet a 5-card game with a paired board, unless you're holding that.
Well, even then, you're kind of scared too. Whenever you have, if they had an 8, you just get. If you get called, you're just put in a rough spot.
So here we go. That looks like $500 coming out of Nathan's stack. So pretty much the only way you can call that is if you have an 8. Because it's hard to put 500 in to take half the pot. And at that point, you're hoping they don't have the ace deuce 3 to counterfeit and 3/4 you.
Yep.
Button moves around. Nathan says, this game is easy. I'm going to stack these chips back up. Pot is mine. Mr. Heath is now, I like how Heath has that straddle. Billy's liable to put that $100 in there.
I'm surprised.
Oh, there's Robin, sleeping 100. So if you've never played at Kojak's before, this looks like something odd happening. So what that's called a sleeper straddle. Action's still going to start with Billy. If Billy folds his hand, the $100 straddle becomes live action. If Billy makes the call or a bet, a raise, in those terms, then Robin gets to pull back that $100 and he gets full action as if he was under the gun.
If it's normal, yep.
Billy likes to kill that straddle, though.
Oh, for sure. Not this time.
Those cards must have all been blank.
Yeah,
That's the only way
must have been
Billy's
pretty
folding
bad
right there.
there, yeah.
They must have been really bad.
Quads in his hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say he must have had 4 8s sitting in his hand with a 6. Daryl says I'm in for the 100, so that's 3, 4, 50, 475 would be a pot right here on Mr. Nathan if he wants to bet it. He folds. Pot action is 450 on Vac, but he looks like he's just gonna call the 75. Action on Heath. He continues, and Robin says no. He says, I'm going to bet the pot. 5 hundos. Those baby blue chips are such sexy chips. Daryl's always a hard one to play with. These guys treat $500 like it's not cash. Would that be a lot harder bet to call if it was all bills sitting in front of you? You had to call with $500 bills?
I think so. I think the chips make it a little easier.
So ace deuce is a big hand to play in this game right here. And here on the flop, you see an ace and a deuce. You think that killed a couple of their lows?
I don't necessarily think. I mean, it could have. I don't think anybody just has ace deuce. I think Daryl right here probably has 3-4.
You think he maybe has like ace ace?
He doesn't
3,
have
4?
ace ace because he flatted. He'd most likely raise the ace ace, but he probably has like an ace.
But he fired right here.
He fired right here, but on the flop, he just pre-flop he just checked it. He's short stacked. He would have jammed with the aces in the first place. And then Robin's tanking, so he's just gonna let it go.
So button moves around to Mr. Heath. That puts Billy on the 50 straddle, and that Robin's not gonna.
Robin's got it in there.
Yeah.
He's got the $100 straddle already in there.
If you're gonna sleep 100, you're gonna straddle.
You're gonna
it
double
100.
straddle it for sure. I like those yellow chips. Those yellow chips are sexy.
Oh man, they're just sexy. So as we continue to update all of our live stream cameras, all of our live stream microphones, just gives you all the reason to come out and try this. I like how much of a gentleman everyone is that plays.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we don't really tolerate any rough talk. You know, it's like a football locker room. You're gonna give a little crap, get a little crap back.
Yeah, it's always their friendly banter, but
Nothing really.
it's
aggressive.
nothing aggressive really at all.
So if you've ever been to Kojak's, one of our favorite places to go, not a sponsor, not treating them like that, is Bob's Better Burger. If you've never eaten at Bob's Better Burger, I think it was built in like 1920.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, they still use the same grease. that they did in 1920. So if you like those good greasy burnt hamburgers, that is definitely the place to go. Every town has those places like that.
Those hole in the walls.
Yeah, so 3-3 Queen Jack. A couple clubs out there on the board.
Really surprised the graphics.
No low. 3-3 Queen Jack. There is no possibility. Billy says, I have pocket queens right here or pocket threes.
4 1/4.
Yeah, 4 1/4.
4 1/4.
He says, no. He said, I'm going to represent that I've got the threes. And Billy said, I don't think you do. So, speaking of that right there, he threw a feeler bet out there. Everybody checked around to him. Billy checked, and it checked all the way around to him. I mean, that's part of the position. He's sitting on the button, so he's going to throw a feeler bet. Nobody's got it. They're playing weak. The second Billy threw it in there is the second Heath mucked his cards.
He decided as soon as Billy hit the raise.
But if law of statistics, law of averages, if you do that enough, you're gonna be right enough times to make up that
They're
150.
profitable.
Yeah. If you don't run bad.
Well,
If you
depending
run
on who you're
bad.
playing too. Someone like Billy, I mean, I think he knew what Heath was doing there, so I don't really think Billy had anything either. He just
At this level right here, you have to know that. So Billy could have been just playing the speed that he threw that out.
I think he had it in his head already. If someone was to make a bet or Heath was to make that bet like that, he was automatically going to pop it, see where it was at.
So does that theory right there change depicting on who makes that bet? Like Nathan's pretty snug. If he'd have made that bet,
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
Nathan's only played a few hands so far, so I think, yeah, Billy for sure's caught on to that, so.
So we are having just a few graphics issues. We've got about 10 minutes left on this. We'll just let you see this hand right here. We got a big one, don't we? Got a bunch of yellow chips, a bunch of baby blue chips in the middle. We're looking probably about a 10K pot.
And this is all pre-flop.
See queen three with Rudy.
This is pre-flop?
This is
That's
pre-flop.
post-flop. This is at the river.
Oh, is it at the river? Okay, okay. I missed it.
And Rudy had threes full of queens. Or queens full of threes, I'm sorry.
And no low.
No low. Takes it all.
Scoops it. Now Rudy's got a monster stat.
Yeah, Rudy's setting at 12,000 now. $12,000. That's how easy it is to
First bullet didn't work. Second one's worked real nice.
right. So once again, from all of us here at Kojak's, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. The game's going to continue to go till probably 3 a.m. and it's about to get big. If you are not out at Kojak's, you are 100% missing out on all the action. But I'd really like to thank Mr. Hunter for coming out with us tonight.
Yep, thank you very much,
commentating.
Charlie.
We'll have to
Sir.
get you out here maybe this weekend after you get off the golf course and take all those old.
I'm hoping to
men's money.
play tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll see.
You said you've been shooting in the mid 70s, low 70s.
No, not that quite. High 70s, low 80s.
You
most
ain't
of
got
the
to
time.
lie, Craig.
77 I shot the other day. That was one of my better games for sure.
All right. So from all of us here at Kojak's, don't forget tomorrow, 6 p.m. tomorrow, we have a $2,000 guaranteed no limit hold'em free roll. Saturday, we have a $240 no limit hold'em freeze out, a true freeze out. Start with 20,000 chips. That's all you get. When you bust, you're out of there. No rebuys, no add-ons, no re-entry, nothing. But we do have a 6 p.m. tournament on Saturday, $240 freeze out number 2. If you play the first one and play the second one, you do start with that bonus 5,000 chips. And don't forget about the Sunday PLO $260 Show Your Skills Off tournament. Once again, Hunter, thank you for coming out tonight.
Appreciate you having me, Charlie.
And we will see you Saturday night.